Hello everyone, welcome back to me! How are we doing, guys? I topped a regional today. I came second at Birmingham Regional. That's incredible. Never thought I'd get to do that. I guess I'm getting better every time I play, I suppose. This box is gorgeous. I'm so happy to finally have one of these lovely boxes. I cannot fault the craftsmanship on this box. It's such nice. I know it sounds like it's just a lovely quality box. I love it. And now I can finally bring dice with me. I never have dice, and now I can bring them with me. Hooray! So, top the regional today with pure Dractotail. This deck is so much fun. I like it a lot. It's very sort of low to the ground in the way it plays. You barely ever get nibbed. It just doesn't happen. Like it just, you just do your thing, and you do your combos, and you do your bits and bobs. But yeah, I'll get right into the list. I have lost a trap somewhere here. Where do I put the trap? Is it at the back of these? It is at the back of these. There we go. I had them all organised, lovely and pretty for you, and then I got them all confused. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. I'll go straight into the list. And I'll talk about the matchups a little bit afterwards. So we have 3 fine mana, because of course we do. The Dractotail stuff, it's all fairly standard. I think the extra deck flex spots are where I've let my own personal flair shine a bit more there, but they're definitely the main deck a bit more standard. So 3 fine mana, 3 Lucius, 3 Malulu. I run 2 Pan. Pan's nice because if you can rip it off the top deck going second on your turn 0, and you get that with the 5 mana, it's great. So Pan is a nicer one to actually be able to draw into as well, and then Urgula, because more often than not you want to sort of search that or send it with Rahu or something like that. But that, that adds your 5 mana back to hand off at the end of your turn, so you can continue to play and whatnot. So yeah, that's really nice. 3 Blazing Cartesia. Card is insane. I don't think King of the Swamp is needed at all. Blazing Cartesia opens up your options in the extra deck a lot more, I think. I like it a lot. I think it's such a good card. I think it's so good. It is my favourite normal summon in the deck. It keeps doing that. Why does it keep doing that? Favourite normal summon in the deck. It's so safe. It's such a secure summon just to go, like, summon that. Cool. Even if they imperm it, if they do whatever to it, you can just leave it, and the next turn you can use it again. This deck is so good at playing on the opponent's turn, and Cartesia does that wonderfully, so I love this card. That's it for like the monster engine. Now it's the monster hand traps, which I've run quite a few. I have 3 Ash Blossom, standard, 2 Ghost Spell, and I've lost a Ghost Ogre. There it is. 2 Ghost Ogre. I like this ratio a lot. I've been using the 2 Ghost Spell, 2 Ghost Ogre ratio for a while. It's the ratio that I took to the OGS that I topped, to Nats, to the WCQ, although I did put the Ghost Ogres on the side for that. I like the ratio. I think it's a nice ratio. They never feel too bricky. They show up when I need them. I like my hand traps to feel somewhat toolboxy, and this helps with that. So I like it a lot, And they kind of have place. They have their place against a lot of decks, to be fair. So I like them a lot for that sense. 3 Effect Veiler. Now, I much prefer Infinite Impermanence as a card. However, Veiler is a monster, and therefore it just has that extra level of synergy with this deck. So, there you go. And then I run 3 Fuelos. Of course, Fuelos. 2 Perilia. I actually only saw this once today when going second. Otherwise, or maybe twice actually. No, I think I did see it twice. But the first time I saw it, it didn't really help me much because the guy was able to... I think I was bricked with it. Like, I had this, I bricked, and then I couldn't play either way, so it didn't help me much. That was the one game the one match I lost today. And then another time I had 2 Perulia in hand, and I used them both straight away. I got 2 draws off that, but then that was it. So it was a bit like, maybe I should, but the first draw I got was a Fualos, so I think maybe I should have saved one, because the deck he was playing wasn't going to summon during my turn, though. I don't know, it's weird. So, either way, 2 Perilia and 2 Nibiru, because Nibiru is just fantastic. I liked it a lot. I like it at 2. It comes up when I need it, but I don't brick on it when I don't need it, because sometimes you just don't need it. Sometimes it just doesn't come up that much, That is it for the monsters. On to the spells. Again, very standard here. We have 3 Kitu and 3 Rahu. That's it. They are both, Kitu is a starter for the deck, and so Rahu, I suppose, in a sense. Kitu is a bit of a stronger starter, but going second, they're both just Branded Fusion. But they're both just Branded Fusion, and they're both really good. Great cards. I think these are all fairly, I don't have a great deal of insight here. If you understand the deck to any level, you should understand why this is so good and why they played at these ratios. And then 1 Flame, 1 Horn. Again, very standard. I'm looking forward to when Sting comes out. I think it's, you know, the new one called Sting. I think that's been been announced. That's going to be really good because you get another trap to cycle through. If you let one resolve and then stop the next one, your trap cycling has stopped. So it's nice to have that third one to be able to cycle through as well. For the extra deck, this is where I have a little bit of spice. A little bit of spice, which actually helped me a great deal today, I gotta say. So first off, we're on SP because you can summon that very easily. Seal and Spirit is either blue. I actually pulled the Starlight Rare one today from the Mega Tin. So I just replaced that as soon as I got it. I didn't go into these once today. Now, Seal is a part of your strongest end board in this deck, without a doubt. However, it also, you tend to play into Nibiru because you want to summon Guilliman after that. So it plays into Nibiru more. And there are some decks in which I don't particularly want to send things back to the opponent's hand, which is where a card that I have a bit later on comes up. But Seal, it's a fantastic card, obviously, and I like this little package a lot. I'm never going to take it out. Even if I didn't use it, I'm not taking it out because it's just nice to have. But yeah, I like this a lot. If you go into SP or a different option, which I'll show you in a second, rather than go into Seal in this, you play under Nibiru. And then what I would tend to do, if I'm going, you know, next game at some point, if there's game 2 or game 3 and I'm going first again, I would then go into Seal then. Because I feel like most people would side out the Nibiru. If someone watches you go full combo and then did not see Nibiru happen during that, I felt they're likely to side out Nibiru. This is my logic at the very least. So I don't go into these until it's the right time to do so, if that makes sense. But never today, didn't go into them today. And then I wrote a Dingirsu. Again, unfortunately didn't come up today. Comes up a lot during my testing, but did not come up today, unfortunately. But yeah, Dingirsu is great. It's great for like ball breaking if you go in second, because normally if you have the opportunity to summon Arthalion during the opponent's turn, during your turn you can summon another one, get that attack, go Zeus. It's just ball breaking, really good. Again, didn't actually get a chance to go into these today, but they do come up in testing. I like them a lot. One Typhon, summoned it a couple of times, does Typhon things. Now this is my favourite card in the whole extra deck, and it's my little signature spice, and I used it a lot today, and it was actually super helpful, I've got to say. And that is Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. Now, Cartesia is a level 4 tuner. Arthalion is a level 8 monster. If you start off with Cartesia, you can summon this. That 1 plays under Nib, and 2, what I like about it the most is that with decks that rely on fusion summoning or something like, you know, decks that want resources in hand, Seal bounces back to hand. If you're against Malice, for example, SP would banish what they are going to have on field, which you don't want to do, generally speaking. Against Malice, against fusion decks, against VS especially, Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon's really good. Because it's removal that they can't really do anything about. They can't really easily retrieve that card. It's not in the graveyard, it's not back to hand, it's not been banished, it won't come back at the end of the turn. It's just done. It's in this weird spot being on the spell and trap zone. Also, if you're playing against any deck that do like Lunalight using pendulums, put it in a pendulum slot and they suddenly can only use one of their things, you know? So, very much a fan of this card. It came up a lot today. I used it every time I could. It's just really good. It's just a really solid card. It puts a lot of pressure on the opponent immediately. I like it a lot. 1 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, which is for Crystron Canine. Didn't actually see that today. I know there was 1 or 2 there, but I didn't actually go against them today. 1 Mysterion. Didn't summon it today. I was looking for spaces to do so in games where it would have been useful, but I didn't need to. I either didn't need to in the matchups where it would have been good, or I didn't get a chance to if I lost that game too quickly. So didn't actually get a chance to summon this. Or Secretarian. Actually, no, I did summon this once. Secretarian Dragon. 2 Guilliman and 3 Arthalion. This is all fairly standard fare at that point, but yeah, my main spice is absolutely the Snake Eyes Dune Dragon. Came up so much today, actually. Came up so much today. Gotta get lucky with those Cartesia top decks, you know what I mean? Then for the side deck, I'm running 2 Meows because there are some decks, you know, even someone like Lunalight summons a lot from the graveyard, so Meows is very nice against that sort of thing as well. I run 3 Lancia. 3 Droll, because you got to respect the decks that will, you know, lose to these cards automatically. 3 Phantasme, not gonna lie, didn't see this once today. I sided it in a couple of times, didn't see it once, did not see it once. And 3 Fenrir. Am I missing a card? Did I leave it in here? I did leave it in here, apologies. 3 Fenrir, and then 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Fenrir is just great for going first, obviously, and Harpy Feather Duster is good into decks like Sky Striker, or Labyrinth, or Odeon, or whatever. I know those decks aren't around as much nowadays, but Sky Striker's still very much around, actually. I did go against one today. Bless him, the guy I played against on Sky Striker, I played against at a Winnerbox tournament on Wednesday as well. We had the exact same things where I went first for the first game and had it built up a good board and he couldn't break it, and then the second game he went first and he bricked. So that happened on Wednesday and today, where basically our match was over in like 10 minutes, unfortunately. He's a great player, he's a really good player, he does very well with the deck, but against me he just seems to brick a lot, which is a shame, but you know, what can you do? And that's it for the deck, guys. That is it for the deck list. As you can see, nothing particularly spicy in the main deck. My main spice comes in the extra deck there, which I think is... I think Snake Eyes Doom Dragon is just such an incredible card in this format. Being able to remove something without sending it back to hand, without destroying it, without sending it, without banishing, and something you can summon so easily with this deck as well. It feels extremely strong. It feels very, very strong in this format. And you can summon it so easily with this deck. Granted, you need to top deck the Cartesia, but if you can do that, cool, you did it, well done, you know, that's it, it's kind of, you did it. My matchups today, I'll try and remember the ones I can because they're on my phone, and my phone is what's the webcam at the moment of on this thing, my phone is this, hello. So I'll try and remember all my matchups. So the first was Mitsurugi Raiziel. Managed to pull out a win on that one. Game 1 I misplayed, and I actually think I should have got the win in Game 1, but you know, it's one of those things. Game 2, I managed to play properly and I won. Game 3, droll, and I won because that's unfortunately just how that deck loses. Game 2, Mitsurugi Raiziel again. I just got smoked completely. I lost to them so quickly. I was a little bit disheartened at that point. I think I was 2-0'd by that guy very quickly. Game 3 was versus Malice. Very good player, I've gotta say. Very talented player. Like, he knew all the lines. He knew exactly how to sequence everything. It was a pleasure to play against. He was very, very good at what he was doing. Managed to just scrape out a win against him. Game 4 was against, I believe, VSK9. Was against Mitsurugi Raiziel again, I believe? Or was it? No, it wasn't. That was my 6th round. What was my 5th round? It was VSK9. It wasn't one of the new decks, that much I'm aware of. It wasn't one of the new decks. I've only actually did one Justice Hunter match today. What was my 5th matchup? Because my 6th matchup was Mitsurugi Raiziel, again. And my 7th was against Lunalight. But my 5th matchup... Was it another Mitsurugi Raiziel deck? It might have been. I did face it a lot today. I have to come back to that at some point. I don't remember how that went, the 5th one. I don't remember. But 6th matchup was Mitsurugi Raiziel. Games went very well. I went first in the first game. I didn't really have a great hand. The only thing I could have done, realistically, was set Horn, which I top-decked. And then I had, I think it was Ghost Spell and Nibiru in hand. So it's like... But also had... So Ghost Spell, Nibiru, and Horn, but also... Mulchami, Fawalas, and Perulia. So I was like, I could set Horn. I don't know what he's playing at the moment, so I'm going to not do that just in case it's something that doesn't have to play around, you know what I mean? So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with the Mulchamis. Mulchami'd him, he was playing Mitsurugi Raiziel, drew a bunch of cards, managed to, with my non-engine that I top-decked and did different, you know, play arounding, I could run game 1. Game 2, I sided for going second. He had me go first. I top-decked really well for going first, and I just built up a strong board that he couldn't break through, unfortunately. Which, to be fair, his strategy was not bad. Making me go first was not a bad strategy. Mitsurugi's great at breaking boards. And, obviously, if I've sided for going second, there's chances I just kind of brick going first. But, unfortunately, was not the case. And then Game 7 was against Lunalight. That was the matchup I was dreading all day, to be honest. I was dreading Lunalight matchup so much all day. Because if you haven't figured it out in this deck, I do not have an out to Lycodancer. I have to stop them from summoning it, or I just concede. Literally, the moment Lycodancer hits the board, I concede. Because there's not an out for it in this deck. So, first game, once again, I went first. And again, I just kind of bricked going first, so I just had to let the guy play, but I did have a couple of Mulchamis. It's actually very similar to the game before, where I just had to pass turn, and just used my non-engine to slow him down during his own turn. Got into a very simplified game state, a bit grindy, and then I managed to pull it out of the bag at the last second. Game 2, he went first. I had a lot of non-engine to the point I was able to slow him down and stop him from summoning the Lycodancer, but he did have SP and Baguska on the field, which I was not able to play through. A little bit grindy again, but he managed to take game 2. And then game 3, I went first. My hand was nuts, I'm not going to lie. I don't remember what my opening hand was, but I know that my finishing, like, end field was Gulamel, Vengeance Dragon, because, hey, Vengeance Dragon, I don't want to send anything back to their hand, because, you know what? They're confused with that still, with Lunar stuff. So Vengeance Dragon was very useful there. So Gulamel, Vengeance Dragon, the 2 traps. Hand was Phimena, Cartesia, I want to say Ash or Ghost Spell, I think one of those 2, and Effect Veiler. And the only thing that he had in hand that would have been able to win him the game was heavy polarization. But obviously, I actually lost the game to this at the Open. I was playing side events, and the person I was playing against just opened their turn, heavy poly. I used the trap to negate it. They ashed, and then they won because I can't out Lycodancer. And knowing that, I was like, in case he's top decked heavy poly, I'll hold off for now. So I just used all of my other. He knew as well. He knew that heavy poly was his only chance with the hand he had. Because I think it was Droll, because I think I Drolled him really early on in that turn, so I think it was Droll that I might have used on him. Might have been, it might not have been Ghost, but it might have been Droll instead. It was actually, yes, it wasn't Ghost, but it was Droll, I remember that. Because I Drolled him quite early on, and obviously that was a bit tricky. So it was this thing of, he was desperately trying to bait out the trap, because he had no out for it, he didn't have the, the Ghost Spell or Ash for it. And I knew that, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use all of my other forms of interaction to stop you before that, because I know that if you summon Lycodancer, I can't win. So I did it, he heavy polyed, I used a trap on it, and he conceded then and there. And that was it, that was the game. So here's the thing as well, I actually would have come fourth today, were it not for the fact that the second place and the third place players, before the final rankings, got a double loss in the final round with the new time rules. So I actually came second today. And that's a thought, actually. Just a quick little thing about the time rules. I was a little bit apprehensive about them. I didn't think they were bad on the face of them. I didn't think they were immediately, wow, these suck, these are bad. A lot of people have been very reactive on that. I didn't think they were awful. I was like, I'm a bit cautious. We'll see how they go. Gotta say, for this regional today, they worked very well. There was only 2 double losses throughout the whole regional. Everyone played promptly, everyone played quickly. There was no, cheesy time wins, obviously, regarding that, because it's, I gotta say, they worked very well. They worked very well. And I'm not just saying that because I managed to get second place because of them, or because I managed to get a win versus VSK9 with them. Literally, I do think they worked well. I think that they will hopefully continue to work well going forward. We'll see, obviously. But yeah, they were great. Gotta say, they were really good. Yeah, that's it. I finally topped a regional. Now when someone asks me, hey, why did you commentate the UK Open? I can say, because I topped a regional. No, it's not because of that, but still, I have some credibility now, thankfully, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, feeling good, feeling fine, feeling funky fresh. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Been a pleasure. Yeah, I'll see you guys another time. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye.